Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Right. Welcome back to YCP sessions. Today we will be dealing about briefly about different Hatha Yoga texts and some of the concepts which are related to the YCP syllabus. We'll go through point by point. Actually, this is all important. This is a very short and brief about all the three Hatha Yoga tests, whether it could be Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, or Gheranda Samhita. It's a very brief and short notes. Key points which needs to be known by each of the which everyone expects to be a yoga teacher everyone expect from a yoga teacher to know all about this. It is said that the yoga bija was laid down by Gorakhnath. So Gorakhnath was the person from the Nath tradition. Nath tradition, in the sense, there are many traditions. In that traditions, Gorakhnath, Nath century and లేదా Nath sect అని అంటారు ఒక తెగ. So from that, Gorakhnath is said to be laid the yoga bija, the seed from where Hatha yoga has been started. And there is a book which is known as Goraksha Samhita, which was written by Gorakshanath. In some of the books, they say that Gorakhnath and Gorakshanath are same. Some of them differ. As of now, you can remember that Goraksha Samhita was written by the author Gorakshanath. And there is also one other book known as Vasishtha Samhita. We don't know who has written that book, so that's why it is an unknown compiler. There is one other book known as Shiva Samhita. It consists of 5 chapters. There is another textbook which is all these textbooks are related to Hatha Yoga. Siddha Siddhanta Paddhati. It was written by Gorakshanath. And now coming to the main part of the main textbook which everyone refers, that is Hatha Yoga Pradipika or Hatha Pradipika. In short, we say HYP. And it has been written by the author Swami Swatmara. It contains of 4 chapters: Asana, Pranayama, Mudra, and Bandha. So you should keep these 4 chapters in mind, APMB. So the 4 chapters are the 4 components of Hatha Yoga Pradipika. The main textbook is APMB. And the next textbook is Gheranda Samhita, which is usually in shortcut GS we say. It was written by the Rishi Gheranda. And it was a conversation, Sambhashana, conversation between 2 people. One is the Rishi Gheranda and his disciple, who is Chandakapali. So this textbook consists of 7 chapters. The 7 chapters are in this line: Shatkarma, Asana, Mudra, Pratyahara, Pranayama, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So if you compare this with the Ashtanga Yoga, in Ashtanga Yoga we have 8 components, right? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. So here the Shatkarmas have been, it's the first step. So the first component is Shatkarma, whereas in Ashtanga Yoga there is no first. The first component is Yama and Niyama, and we don't see Shatkriyas or Shatkarmas in Ashtanga Yoga. But in Gheranda Samhita we have Shatkarma, and Asana. And in between Asana and Pranayama, we are getting Mudra and Pratyahara. Whereas if you go to Ashtanga Yoga, it would be Asana and Pranayama. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Then comes Pratyahara. Here Pratyahara comes before Pranayama. Then Dhyana and Samadhi. Here Dharana is not there. This is in general the difference between Ashtanga Yoga and Gheranda Samhita. This is known as Saptanga Yoga. 7 chapters will be there. That's why it is known as Saptanga Yoga. And the other textbook, which is an important one, is Hatha Yoga Ratnavali or Hatha Ratnavali, written by the author Srinivasa Yogi. It contains 4 chapters. So Mahayoga, Kumbhaka, Asana, and Samadhi. You can remember as MKAS. MKAS, Mahayoga, Kumbhaka, Asana, and Samadhi. One important bit is in which chapter Mahayoga is referred is in which textbook? It is Hatha Ratnavali. You need to remember the textbook where Mahayoga has explained. And also you need to remember all the author names with respect to their textbooks. Textbook and their author name. Now let us see the origin of Hatha Yoga. So now coming to the origin, already we discussed in one of the previous class. Hatha. Hatha is a combination of 2 words, Ha plus Ta, where Ha means sun, Ta means moon. The word Hatha in general refers to effort, force, energy. something where we are keeping some effort. If you are giving some energy, if you are giving some strain in the sense you are trying to give your energy to achieve something. So that is known as hatha. That is the literal meaning. So hatha means union of two energies, that is the sun and moon. We can always say that is good and bad. We can always say that is happy and sad. So everything has two dvandva in the sense everything has two sides, like a coin has two sides. So in hatha yoga, sun and moon both are necessary. That is, right side is necessary, left side is necessary in your body. So both of them should perform equally to gain the or to raise the kundalini energy. And this is the branch of the yoga which concentrates mainly on the physical health and mental well-being. Usually we say hatha yoga mainly concentrates on physical health, but to get the physical health, mentally he should be also be, the individual should have some good mental well-being. So the entire branch of yoga is said to concentrate on physical health and mental well-being. As we referred, hatha, ha plus tha are the combination of two bija mantras, and it where ha represents the pranic energy, the vital force, and ta represents the mind. So union of pranic energy and the mind. So hatha means union of pranic and mental forces. When, as I said, when pranic and mental forces join together, kundalini energy will be activated. That is the higher consciousness. And we should also know the lineage of the hatha yoga. Lineage is nothing but who has started the hatha yoga or who has composed after that person, who is the second person who has taken care or who has propagated. So as per the scriptures, as per the textbooks, it has been said that Yogi Matsyendranath, he know the knowledge of the hatha yoga. That means he was a rishi who has the knowledge of hatha yoga, and this knowledge Matsyendranath has given to Gorakhnath and some other persons and others, and by their grace, that means from Gorakhnath, Swatmarama has learned it. So Yogi Matsyendranath has some knowledge of hatha yoga. He has passed on his knowledge to Gorakhnath and few other people, but from Gorakhnath, Swatmarama has learned it, and then he wrote the book Hatha Yoga Pratipika. And this Gorakhnath, who supposed to be the guru of Swatmarama, he belonged to a very popular yoga sect known as Nath Panth. Panth is nothing but a community or a line, tradition. So Nath Panth. Nath is generally, in general, Nath meaning master, Nadudu, master of something. So the Nath sect was established around the 7th century to save the society from the heinous practices that were being carried out in the name of spirituality. That means in the 7th century, spirituality was there even from the Vedas and Upanishads. But in the name of spirituality, many people were doing atrocities and crimes which were not acceptable by the common people. So in the society at that time, the Nath sect wanted to glorify the real spirituality instead of going to the atrocities. And it seems at that time, the spirituality was also going down slowly. So people were not believing because of these atrocities. So Lord Vishnu and Maheshwara took the incarnation of the Gorakhnath and Matsyendranath to propagate the message of yoga. It's been said, we don't know whether it is true or not. It's a common belief that Lord Vishnu and Lord Mahesh has taken the avatara of Gorakhnath and Matsyendranath to propagate the message of yoga. Although we usually say Adinath, or who is the Adi Yogi means we say Shiva. Whereas coming to the Nath Panth or Nath sect, if we ask who is the Adinath, we should say that he is Matsyendranath. And this is the same thing we are saying here. Adinath, in generally, we think he is identified with Shiva, that is the Matsyendranath. So if they ask a question, who is the Adinath, and the names are given like this: Matsyendranath, Gorakhnath, Swatmarama, Srinivasa Yogi, right? Matsyendranath. Who is Adinath? And if the bits are given like Shiva, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Brahma, you have to write Shiva. That means Shiva and Maheshwara are the same. So you have to identify the right term. Then, what are the main aims and objectives of the Hatha Yoga? So the main aim and objective, we already told, it is the balance of the pranic energy as well as the mental energy. That is the mind. So balance of all the activities of the physical body, mind and energy. When this balance is created, then a kind of energy which is sitting in the our tailbone, that is at the Mooladhara chakra. That energy will be passed down from the bottom to the top to open up the Sahasra chakra. That is to open up to the evolution, that is the cosmic evolution, human consciousness to the Parabrahma. So, in this Hatha Yoga Pradipika, the second sutra, it clearly says that Yogi Swatmara now presents the Hatha Yoga Vidya, and this Hatha Yoga Vidya should be used for the attainment of Raja Yoga. So, Hatha Yoga are the steps, Raja Yoga is the end. So, with the help of Hatha Yoga, with the practices of Hatha Yoga, one person can reach to Raja Yoga, which is known as the King Yoga, which is the ultimate yoga. So in second sutra, it has been clearly defined that there is a relation between Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga. Don't get confused. Hatha Yoga is nothing but the physical practices. Raja Yoga is nothing but Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Just remember that difference. So always Hatha Yoga are the steps. Raja Yoga is the ultimate last step where we want to reach. Some of the misconceptions. In the sense, some people, they generally think Hatha Yoga needs to be practiced only to build a strong body and strengthen body. That means if you want a good physique, if you want a body like a gym body, we need to practice Hatha Yoga. It is not like that. Hatha Yoga can be practiced not only to get our body fit, but also to reach Parabrahma, also to awaken the Kundalini, also to be healthy in spiritual life also. And it seems many people think Hatha Yoga should be practiced only to cure diseases. That means it should be practiced only by a diseased person. It is not like that. Everyone can practice. It is not only to cure diseases, it can also be used to prevent the diseases. Prevention is always better than cure. Then, difficult asanas requiring incredible flexibility. These are very great. Many people still now in this digital age also, many people think those persons who are doing difficult asanas, they are the great persons. They are the persons who are learning yoga. They only know yoga. That is not like that. There is no need to practice or no need to think that only if I learn difficult asana, then only I will learn yoga, then only I am doing yoga. That is not the right way. So asanas could be of any complexity. It could be of simple complexity. It could be of a medium complexity. It could be advanced complexity. Based upon the flexibility, as you start practicing, you will gain flexibility. Then you can start doing advanced asanas.